path ahead. Okay? Debt held by the public as a percentage of the gross domestic product. The gross domestic product, you know, is the sum of all goods and services produced in this country. So back during the war, we had debt approaching 100% of the gross domestic product. We were paying for a war. And then right after the war, we paid it off. And here, back in the 80s, Mr. Reagan spent a bunch of money building up our military. So our debt went up then. In 2010, that's our debt. This is our debt going forward under current policy. Okay, it's going up from our traditional level of about 60% of the gross domestic product to next year being 100% of the gross domestic product, going on an unsustainable path going forward, unless we change the way things are going. These are real numbers. These are Mr. Obama's numbers. This is just the facts. What does the government spend your money on? All right. This is the entire piece of the pie as far as government spending. Okay, 65% of the budget that the government spends is what they call mandatory spending. In other words, I don't vote on any of this. This is automatic. It's already been voted on, and it consists of Social Security being a big part of that, Medicare being a part of that, Medicaid, interest, and other mandatory spending. This year, this Medicaid, other mandatory, this is like food stamp, interest. These are the three categories that have expanded greatly under Mr. Obama. These have been relatively the same, you know, for the last 50 years. Here we have non-defense spending. That's the spending you see in all the other government programs. Post office, road building, anywhere you see federal dollars being spent, you know, this is what we vote on every year. Here's the defense budget. So the defense budget is about 20% of the budget. Our nation's debt is about $14 trillion. That's every single man, woman, and child in this country owes about $46,000 as your share of the national debt. Besides whatever money you pay in taxes for your services.
What about the oil companies? Why don't you get the money from them and from the banks and all that stuff?
Well, we could go into that. I would like to go into that. I would like to that. That's enough debt to pave the Mackinac Bridge in $100 bills from one side to the other 10,900 times. Who owns our debt? Back during the war, and even as late as 1970, Americans held 95% of the whole 95% of the debt, and only 5% of the debt in 1970 was owned by foreigners. In 1990, 20% of our debt was owned by foreigners. Now, 47% of our debt is owned by foreigners, a major portion being the Chinese, the Japanese, the British, and other countries. Borrowing projected tax revenue going forward. Tax revenue in this country has been about 18% of domestic product for the past 60 years. Okay? Some presidents, you know, it goes up a little bit, it goes down a little bit, it goes up a little bit, you know, over the years people change their stuff. But basically over the past 60 years, we've been taxing at 18% of the gross domestic product. Project that forward, that's the level of income. You see that the three major drivers of the debt are Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare. These are important things which, unless we change these systems or change the amount of money we get in, something has to give. Alright? How does the House budget plan change our course? So in the House, we pass a budget to try to change what's happening. And our plan to cut government spending by over $6 trillion in the next 10 years. Puts government on a track for a balanced budget, eliminating government programs, and spurring economic growth by eliminating uncertainty that I spoke about earlier.
Is that the Paul Ryan's plan?
Paul Ryan's plan.
Yeah.
Get rid of Medicare.
What's that?
It hurts the middle class.
Well, we'll have an opportunity to ask questions.
When?
All right. Well, what does the 2012 budget do? Well, number one, it protects Social Security and Medicare for retirees and those near retirement. We don't want any changes in Social Security or Medicare for people 55 years of age or older, because those people have been paying in all their lives. For those people 54 years of age and younger, we want to change the plan 10 years from now.
Just let them go and then we'll ask.
Because the plan going forward as it is now is unsustainable and it's bankrupt. Nobody's going to get anything.
Borrow the money to pay for that. Now, why don't you-
Let me just finish the presentation. This plan doesn't raise the tax on anybody. And it strengthens the long-term survivability of Medicare and Medicaid.
How?
That's our plan.
How?
By not providing an unlimited benefit for everyone. You're going to have to be responsible for some of your health care going forward. But if not,
Why?
55 and older, those people have already paid in, they have a certain benefit expected. But for those younger, you have to face the reality that there's not enough money to pay for the same benefit we have now.
Can't we fix the problem?
Well, that's what I'm
As
trying to
far as the rising health care, that's the problem. It
Yeah.
isn't.
Well, that's exactly, you're exactly correct.
Doctors.
The
And lawyers.
Healthcare costs are rising much more than the rate of inflation, and that has to be addressed. Okay.
Doing nothing to stop
My personal opinion is that we need to make the patient more in charge of their healthcare spending, not be dependent on a third. You're paying for your healthcare, by either paying taxes. So why should you be in charge of the spending instead of some third party or the government? I mean, right now, Obamacare has changed Medicare forever. Obamacare is taking $560 billion away from Medicare. Okay, they're taking $560 billion away from Medicare to fund Obamacare. And they provided for what they call the Independent Payment Advisory Program, which is 15 bureaucrats appointed by the president who are going to decide what kind of health care they're going to pay for. Well, they can decide that if you turn 85 and you need some operation, they may not pay for it because you're 85. Well, they're changing Medicare as it is. Okay, I want to repeal Obamacare with you in charge of the money, not some government bureaucrat who's going to decide whether you or your grandmother can get health care or not. So that's the way I feel. I feel you should be in charge of the spending, not some government bureaucrat.
People in general don't do well managing funds like that, retirement funds and things like that. They think they can do it better, but they never do.
Well, I don't know. I mean, people manage their money all the time.
Yeah, which
Would you rather have the government take your money and then manage it?
I would
Or
rather.
you rather be in
Best
charge of
program
it
right now,
yourself?
Social
I
Security.
wanna be
And
in charge of
Medicare.
my money myself.
Best program out there.
When you say put you in charge, what do you exactly mean? Spell that out.
Well, you would have the ability to buy a health insurance policy that you prefer.
At what cost? At what cost?
What's that?
I'm at the mercy of insurance companies. I'm not in charge.
What's that?
I'm at the mercy of insurance companies. I'm not in charge because I have insurance now, but I'm not in charge. They just raise their premiums every year as much as they want.
Well,
so I'm not
that
in charge.
system needs to be reformed. There's no doubt about it. Okay? We need to have better access to health insurance. Right now, the states and the government regulate health insurance so much there's not a free market. They mandate certain coverages. It's not like a car insurance premium. There's a lot more ability to shop around for a car insurance premium than there is for a health insurance premium. There's much far fewer companies that are allowed to sell health insurance. And the way the regulations make, you can't go to Wisconsin and get a health care package. You have to buy it in Michigan. There's very few insurance companies you can buy from in Michigan. There's no doubt there needs to be a lot of reform in the healthcare industries, in the insurance industry especially. And I think there needs to be more competition. I think that's part of the problem is there's very little competition in that business. But putting you in charge rather than some bureaucrat makes you able, gives you the ability to shop, and you make a decision which healthcare plan is best for you. Well, there has to be a guarantee that you can buy coverage. No doubt about that. That's it.
Question I would would be, if everybody was in the same pool, there was no question in my mind health insurance would go down. Okay, that's not in your plan, and it certainly isn't Obama's, the one that he passed. He didn't pass it strongly. Everybody's got to be in the pool, then it'll go down, and we know that.
Can we have your plan, the one that you saw?
I prefer to let people choose their own.
Well, I would choose my own,
You know what I mean? I think there needs to be more
but I
options.
want everybody to
I don't
have
want the government to tell me which plan to get, which is under Obamacare, you're going to end up with whatever they decide you're going to get. Massachusetts is not doing fine.
Down the tube. It's breaking their state. They can't afford to live in Massachusetts.
They have insurance, but you may not be able to find a doctor. Because a lot of the doctors are left.
How about you guys showing some good faith and going health insurance like the rest of us are, and the same with Social Security, and not these huge pensions and lifetime health insurance that you guys get.
I don't have that. That's just simple.
Not yet.
Everybody gets out of Congress is going to have it.
No, that's not true. I have the same federal insurance as any other federal employee.
Yeah, what's wrong with regular instead of federal? And what's wrong with not having a federal retirement? The Social Security is good enough for us. What about you guys?
I put in a Social Security.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty much the Ryan plan? It will be very similar to government employees.
Well, I won't be there long enough to that's much longer.
One at a time. One at a time.
In his Medicare plan is very similar to a government health insurance.
Watch this one, Jack.
And he will save Medicare.
Well, the Obamacare
The way it's
pretty
going-
much destroys Medicare
Yeah.
because it takes all the money from the fund, the Obamacare, and it has a payment advisory board. I mean, you may think you have access to health care, but you're not. You're not going to have to.
No, I
They're going to tell
know
you.
it's already broke.
Call it by what it is.